Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new stream, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. So today, I just want to jump right into it, and I was thinking we just continue our Matrix-ish hybrid rock trailer. Good evening. Our hybridish Matrix-ish rockish track. Okay, let's just have a listen how far we got in the last stream. Okay, so that's a track so far. It sounds quite okay. So the first thing I want to work on, and I'll let you guys decide. I'm not really sure what we do. There is something on this track. The horn is playing a D, and we have a C sharp going in the strings, in the synth and the strings, and so we either go a little bit more Phrygian kind of thing and go down with the. So it sounds like the synth, but it's the horn actually. And we go down to the C sharp, which sounds like this. So it sounds a little bit more, as I said before, a little bit more Phrygian, sinister something, maybe some harmonic minor mode or something going on. And or the other thing we do is just we go like natural minor. So I'll let you guys decide what you're going with. I just well, I'm not sure. So in the meantime, so we still have to do some brass staccatos here on these, so I could continue these over from this stem and just get rid of this bit. I should play the end melodic part at the very end. So we are obviously in plain minor Aeolian. Yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, we could go with natural. There is also what I also like is like, not going always with plain music theory. I mean, just mentioning that right now, because in these kind of tracks, I always love to stay a little bit more with let's say, the narratics, the story. So if this starts off like a, some fighting thing, and you would go with more Phrygian, it would sound a little more sinister and introduce that feeling of, oh, there is something going on. I'm not really sure what. So you kind of surprise your listener. But we could go for now. Maybe we decide, I don't know, let's just go with natural. We also have to change this part here. Yeah, so we got basically everything else in minor, so it would make sense to stay in minor. But I love to play with these little, when something changes to Phrygian and then back to natural. Yeah, we just take about the final sounds. Yeah, it's probably too modern, genty. Genty. Let's just pick another snare, for example. So they are all pretty. Where are we? Here. 6, 5, 8. So we maybe have to decide with a different set, but I also wanted maybe to keep that drum set. Let's see how this sounds with the 8-inch. Yeah, let's keep this for a while. I just wanted to layer it anyway with more some electronic drums and mix it up so it gets a little bit away from that metal feeling, the same as we did with the guitars and the synth. So I think we should. Okay, we just have this little trombones in here. What I would like to do or start with, now we have our red line, our little story going. Come up with something. Let's go for some little sound design. Why not? And start start working on a little loop. And I don't want to simply drag in some loop. I just want to come up with something we can call our own. So as for the basics, I mean, not really like entirely sound design, painting waveforms and stuff. So I would just probably start with some sounds from DM307, which I really like. So we could let's load something. I don't know. Let's just. think I don't like this. Let's hybrid scoring kit. Why not? If the name implies it. So we will just, filter it hardcore, just leaving like a middle bit. Let's try. We're probably in the sorry. Let's turn off the there's some delay going on. I never get the so we have delay here. No. Where's my delay? Master. No. Sample is just a queue. I never find what I want to find in these things. It's too funny, especially when being live. So we just have our effects section. We have but we don't have any sequence going on. It's not even so. There's another delay. I just want to find that. No, it's not in the sound. Oh, I'm sorry. Pretty much obvious, right? Let's try this. Sounds a little bit too... Well, let's try around a little bit. Sounds better. I don't want to get too sophisticated. Okay, something like this, just this little phrase. So we want to build a loop and not really like a, a different drum set, which is now let's just come up with some. So we just use a regular. Let's just fool around a little bit. So I'm just going with the FabFilter Pro. Let's copy this for a second here. seconds. Just thinking that we could maybe turn this around. What was the just find the key again. Oh, let's use this one. Use the F. So I just get this release. And now let's try some distortion. What do we use? Overdrive, screamer. Let's use the fuzz one. How does it sound when we compress this again? So let's use another mix rack. We could also use some. Oh no, I don't have it. No. I don't have this reverb installed. There's a funny thing. I didn't upgrade my my Waves Horizon bundle from 9 to 11 yet, but these distortion plugins are on 11. But these are basically the only thing currently I'm using from Waves. But there is the Renaissance reverb. You can set reverse, and I use this once in a while. You can set the delay, the reverse effect to minus to 160 milliseconds something, and then you move the track back to minus 160 and set it to a ratio of 50% dry and wet. So you have kind of zook, 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 zook. So it kind of sucks the audio in, and it always starts on the accents on the right, on the right measure, on the right bars. But this would have been too confusing anyway. It works better when you have slow stuff. Let's listen how this sounds. I'm still not happy with a bass drum, but let's try something else. Let's try another alternative, and let's go with Heartbeat for a second. Should probably lower. Yeah, let's design a little. I think this is, when. Let's try this for a second. I think that works. Let's listen how these both sound. Yeah, I think this is a little bit too violent for the. So let's get rid of this. Let's just call it X. And this is actually pretty helpful. I came up with this. I mean, it's not really like a biggie, but maybe it's helpful for you guys too. When you just render a track at the end and you set this to when you export the track and you want to export the stems, when you check the list and then you see that you have some stems with X, so you don't have to export them because they contain some whatever sound design or some older patches you don't want to render, or maybe just some instruments. Maybe you came up with some instruments and you just render them to one group, and you want to make sure that you don't render these instruments additionally to the group bus. So you just name them X, and then you perfectly see. Or you could put like the X behind the instrument's name. So, but it helps a little bit to keep it a little bit more tidy. But also let's just move these over here. So let's compress them. It's a little bit too high. Do this. That sounds funny. Okay, let's do this. And maybe the distortion is a little bit too much, but I want to have something on there. No. Let's use another one. The overdrive. I like that one better. So let's leave this for now. And whoopsie. Okay, let's start them halftime here on halfway. So now let's... So there we have some kilohertz stuff, but I just want to use it. It's pretty cool actually, since I don't know when this happened, during what update, whatever. It's so cool that you just hit right and you just move something and you have the automation track below that. Otherwise, before, you had to fiddle around, and I hated Cubase for this, seriously, because you had to dig into the menu and then see where's my little asterisk, and if it wasn't here, then you had to load it in. So right when you have the write command going on. Actually, I have to take care that I'm not. Okay, so we don't want to have any filter before, but now start here with that little filter. So right now, when you hit the right button and you just move anything, it just opens up. It just opens up a automation lane, and you can just, continue using this effect. Yeah, but just to be aware, that I'm using Cubase, but currently just for, when it comes to all the orchestral involved stuff. I'm also a Studio One user, so don't be, sad that one day you pop up in here and I'm just using Studio One because I really love that software. I love that program to pieces. The developers are really awesome. They listen to you. I even went to the studio once and we just, talked about some things, and it was really great hanging out with them, and they really, really listen to their user base. But currently I still on Cubase when it comes to film work, or either when I have orchestral stuff involved. Okay. Yeah, let's continue here with up at the end. Let's use that loop. I'm not really sure if we should invite something new, but introduce something new. Invite, whatever. Okay, that sounds okay. Yeah, no, Pro Tools. I don't know. It's I don't get warm with it. I have I think like version 8 or 9. It's I don't know. I remember. I think I told this before, but I remember I was sitting in the studio once, and we were just trying to find some, how to get the click going, or how to cut a MIDI note in the middle, and we weren't able to find the simple command to split, like like a simple MIDI event, just splitting it in half. We were sitting there for like 10-15 minutes. We couldn't find it. We stopped working on it. I think we opened, like, they also worked with Logic, so they did it there, and it was really funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm just not used to it. If I would have started with Pro Tools right from the beginning, but yeah, exactly. Been there, moved on. So we still have to mix that right. This is something you can work for, like ages, when you have like. We should also maybe introduce something which is. Oh, we have. We can keep this thing here. We can use for some additional effects, maybe on top. Have some. But I'm not really sure if this will work. This is just an experiment. And some really slices. No, not convinced yet. Let's go on, do something more useful. Okay, so we went with a horn for the second part. For this little bit, we just continue using the trombones. What's the horn melody again? So it's really simple. Yeah, let's do something similar, but double the speed. So we would. Something like this. Even bigger swell. Hey there. Yeah, my streaming schedule, to be honest, I started like a few weeks ago, so I'm still not sure how to settle, but I think the most likely it has become kind of standard to go online on Monday at 10. So like 10 Central European time. So that is probably a date I will always be online, always be live. It will probably become like the standard thing. But I just wanted to make. I'm still not sure because I want to make it fair for both worlds because I have a lot of American friends, and I mean they're still working Monday, and it's like 10, so 9 hours back. It's like 1 in the afternoon. And if they're self-employed, if they're sitting at home, it's not really a problem. But of course, the best would be on the weekend, something Sunday-ish or so. But also, again, I want to have a weekend too, so it's always a little bit tricky. Okay, so let's create some little holes here. Because, as I said, oops, here. And here. So just to explain that really quick for anyone who wasn't there like the last times, I'm using Junk XL brass here, and I loaded all 3 of the articulations on the same MIDI channel. So it's staccatissimo, marcato shorts, and sustain, and I can basically trigger all of these. But when I really want to make sure I'm just triggering the staccatissimo, I simply can turn the mod wheel down. So I hit the staccatissimos, because otherwise I would trigger some of the sustains and the marcatos. Yeah, I'm rubbing it in again. Well, it's just an amazing library. What can you say? So anyway. So now we could go back to the horns, or we could have. But I also said that we probably could have some. Yeah, we definitely go back to horns, maybe some choirs towards the end, maybe some trumpets. So we could introduce a little bit of a guitar solo, but nothing really like smashing, like arpeggio or something, but something which is more helpful. Also add some guitar and later on double it with some lead synth. So because I really want to avoid this thing going some kind of a metal direction. So I just let's get some guitars. Let's create a track here. Audio track. Mono in, which is like channel 2. I hope I don't fuck anything up with some feedback. that would be good. So let me get the guitar real quick. Yeah, probably should have tuned this before the session, but I wasn't really aware we are going to add guitars. Totally forgot about this one. So where are we? Okay, we are here. So we have I think there's some. We should definitely get some little bit more. Well, there's some filter on there. I'll do something like this. So we have to be really careful to not, end up with some kind of some stuff. So what? I just have to find the key we're in. So we're here in. So something like, which is basically, it's not really like a guitar solo, but something which is connected to the track, of course. Yeah, Nightwish. I'm not really sure if this is... Let's fool around a little bit. Something to the end. We can't just let it fade out. Something like this. Something like this. You just have to fool around a little bit. So put down the noise gate a little bit. Better. There's something like this, not really like freaking out, not like something just more decent we can later on double with. Okay. So let's listen to this. is better. That's okay. Something is going on here. Okay. I didn't even hear this during the playing. Okay. So we have to raise some frit. I'm still not convinced. Maybe we should get the notes first. So we have a chromatic thing in here. Maybe we just use... Sounds a bit lame, but it's not typical... We just go... Okay. Let's do something like this. Every guitarist probably would whine right now and saying, "Ma, you missed that opportunity to really like something like this." But, you know, I always think that the song is more important than, you know, So we have a nice slide towards the end. That is pretty cool. I think I don't need to check that part. That was pretty more or less accurate. Okay, I think that works. Let me just unplug my guitar. So maybe we add some more in the beginning, in the end somewhere. But I think for now we have a nice exchange of. So it's not always horns. You hear so many compositions, and there is just all the time horn melody. So we just need some interaction between the horns. So we have the horns, trombones later on, and then the guitar, and then we can go back to horns. So putting some little bump into it. Okay, just reading the chat right now. Vintage Vault by UVI. No, I don't have this. I actually have just one. I always get confused with the cable down here. It's always just put this behind the bag. I would so love to have just, well, no, not Bluetooth. Probably not. This would lose connection all the time. But some cable-free studio, also like the little boxes and stomp boxes. It's like the worst thing you have to do is like setting up all these little patch cables and everything. It would be so nice to just do this, I don't know, without cables. Okay, so we can come on doing some effect section here. Yes, excited for MIDI 2.0. Definitely. To be honest, I just, was overreading all the things that you can have some cool features like pitch bend in between like the MIDI itself in the MIDI events. But I'm not really sure how it will, transpose to, or what will be the major effects, when you use sample libraries and stuff like this. So I still have to, I think, even though if I would hear features right now which would make sense, I think you have to just explore it and feel it, and because I think it's like a major change which will happen. So I'm not really sure. Yeah, we will definitely use some choirs, but I think not these ones, because I feel, I'm just way more flexible with a Storm choir. So this is basically my to-go choir. So you set up, and recently with the new update, they have like I can really quickly show it. They have created a nice ultimate performance patch, which is like women together. And it just exchanges between these 8 intervals, 8 syllables. So let's get rid of the reverb for a second. And load the close mic a little. Actually, let's put on the reverb a little and just reduce it. And the thing is, you have just one patch where when you can use staccato notes and marcato or sustain or whatever. You have to do some tweaks, like compress them real hard and do some equalizing and compressing. Some put some decent reverb on it. And well, synth libraries, it depends. I mean, I have two hardware synth right here, the Matrix Brute, and in front of me I have, which is actually turned off. Otherwise, you would be annoyed from by some little red light blinking all the time. And there is a DFAM behind me somewhere, and a drum brute impact. But besides that, I really love Hive and Repro 1, Repro 5, probably Repro 1 a little bit more. As in general, all the UE stuff, which is just pretty amazing. And I mean, some libraries, I use lots of sound design libraries. I really got fascinated recently by Audio Imperia's Artifact Reanimate, which is pretty cool, especially for trailer music. So this is the stuff I'm using. Actually, we have some Diva in here. No, it's not Diva. Yes, it's Diva. Just for this middle part here. And there is some Hive going on here right now. And we also have a filter going on here. So we have to definitely work on this section. Yeah, I like the idea with a drum loop going off here. Let's get some hits done. And I really would love to have the Symphobia 2 trailer. To be really honest, this sounds really crazy, but if I would have to buy the library only for the trailer hits, I would do it, because these two hits are really absolutely amazing. They are just basically, I don't know really what it is. It sounds like strings. It's like bow strings and drums. Let's move a little bit. But in a sense, they are what Don Davis did in the Matrix. They have a lot of hits going on with Colegno hits. And it's also mixed with I can't really say it. It's probably some drums. And there's some delays. But this usually disappears in the track. So I really like to... So probably not that much. Maybe not in the beginning, but maybe when the drums get in. So I really love these. They are just almost... Oops. I use them almost everywhere. probably a little bit too much. So maybe let's trim these a little. Just the first and maybe here. Yeah, let's maybe a little bit less. In this, when it comes to this, I prefer to say less is more. Otherwise, Ingrid Malmsteen is right. More is more. How can less be more? You know. Yeah, I'm not really sure about guitar chucks, but we will definitely have some percussions. We still don't have anything. We just have to make. It's nice that you're playing Daisy. Just have to close Steam for a second. Also, we have to. No, why not? Let's leave the orchestra a little bit. A little bit click. Now we have to have. No. Just probably leave. And this sounds funny too. Let's have these. Oops. So we have some more. Yeah, it's funny because we don't have any percussion going on besides the little trailer djembe and some drums and the loop. Yeah, I think, usually I like that stuff when you just slow down things, but in this sense, it would completely take out the entire energy of that track. When you have like dun 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 dun, you would expect something like, you know, a dream collapsing like Hans Zimmer, that there's some something following afterwards. But I think otherwise it would take out the entire energy when we just slow down towards the end. Because this is when you really go, especially when you go triplets. So what can we come up with? Let's go a little bit with more percussions here. I just want some little... yeah, let's have. And then, no. Like this, just some simple, some nice little rascals living in those trees. Happy trees. Oh shit. There it sometimes seems like I think it has to do with sign. I'm not really sure. Maybe I have to change something of the preloading or anything. I'm not really sure if it's kicking out something of the stuff. I don't want to change anything right now because when it works, it works. But sometimes feel when there has been a longer, let's say, pause or something, that it needs it reloads a little bit. Okay, so we have to come up with some percussion. Let's load some heaviosity stuff. Let's load the ethnic drum. And definitely let's use LA modern percussion. But I want to have some. I really love these two keys. Maybe. Yeah, not go fast. Maybe let's nice and slow. So I like to treat, percussions a lot like you would set up strings. If you do, for example, staccato strings, you wouldn't have the bass writing like all the time, and something in the higher violins like neat, neat, neat. It would be the other way around, that you, or especially have a lot of movement going on in the middle or at the top somewhere, like, and you have the low strings going like dong, 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 something like this. And I also like to treat percussions or arrange percussions in the same sense. So there is no note in here which is faster than an eighth note and maybe have some. Let's use some little, let's say, ornaments on this. So we have something like this, which basically like when you have a drum groove and you have some tom rolls or something. Okay, I can live with these. But not with this one. I just wanted to have 3 anyway. And I definitely want to have a little bit of. But you probably didn't see. You probably know this. I mean, when you work in Cubase, this is also what I really like. That you can go in here and just, do something like this. Maybe the chat channel is in the way. I think you can see this. That you can quickly go in here and do fade in and a fade out. Let's do like this. Yep. How does this sound? Let's get rid of some low stuff here. Nah, I just want to use I'm just used to it. I like it, and there's some. This one. I don't like this. So let's get rid of this. And also I want to get rid of a little bit of a. Let's cut this here. Okay, that sounds pretty good. So I'm just getting rid. So what I really find, we go through this when we, I just want to load you. When we go through the mixing process, what I find really important, I didn't do that much right now during this session, but it's very important to clean up and make space for other instruments, because when I have, so I cut this away for like, not really massively, but got also rid of this here of the like 80-ish something hertz, because I have to create space for the basses of the strings or the drum set and the bass drum and the toms later on and whatnot all. So it's better always to clean up a little bit, because when you mix, I think I've explained, I'm not really sure if I did that in the during this let's say episode of creating our trailer track, but you can see mixing as some kind of a storage room. And if you just put boxes in there, you have to imagine that if you put instruments, if these instruments would be boxes and you put these boxes inside that storage room, you have like little stuff sticking out. Maybe the cover is not really closed, so you have something like an old puppet or some jeans or whatever just sticking out of it. And when you clean up when you clean up these boxes and you can close them, or you get rid of the stuff sticking out, maybe there's like a whatever, like an iron pole, something broke through and just sticking out. So if you clean that really up and you can close these boxes properly, you can put them properly into the room and really clean them up. And the more you fit in there, or the more you clean up, the more you fit in there. And the same goes on with these instruments. I'm not saying that the more you clean up, the more instruments you can have. Technically, yes. But you give each of these instruments room to breathe. And later on, when you limit or compress your track, you don't have conflicting stuff going on between, for example, trombones and this drum here. So because if I would just turn these both on, just as an example, and I turn this EQ back off, I mean, it's not really in the same spectrum, but you can clearly hear that these drums are taking them away from. It gets more obvious when I just turn on for example, the drum set also. So there's definitely some, mumbling, some mud going on in that range. It almost feels like the bass drum is slamming. I didn't mean to mute the... Yes, actually I wanted to... Well, I could just use... or whatever. But you get the idea. So I'm just taking away, frequencies to make space for other ones. And this becomes very important when you mix at the end or you master. Because you see that mistake happening a lot when people who are new to trailer music or licensed music or just epic music in general, they try to make their stuff bigger by putting more compression and more limiting on there and not mixing properly. They forget probably to mix all that stuff. And then you have these conflicts going on. The pumping starts because some frequencies add up in the end, and because they don't have, let's say, space to breathe. And that's why the mix is going to be cluttered up. And so you have to clean that up in order to make this space so the room in the end, let's say, appears bigger, or you have more options available. I also want to add something in the 8th note, because the 16th are pretty much covered by the... So let's load some... I think I want some surdos or dumbecs. Let's have some... Yeah, we get to the mastering. I'm not really sure if... No. By... No, I just want something... What is... I just quickly have to find what I want to... Where are you? I think I probably didn't put it to the... Did you see it already? This is like a pain in the butt when you have like all these libraries, but you can't find... what the heck? Just go in the folders and just look for it. I think it wasn't anyway on the libraries tab, right? I'm not really sure right now. So let's just load these. Where are we? I didn't even started working on my I didn't even start working on my quick tab here. It's completely empty. I still have to do that. But I'm always procrastinating when it comes to this. This cannot be. Where are you? It has to be. No, it's that's pretty good to know because here we are. So I'm sorry. Confused old man. But speaking of old, I'm getting older on Friday. So even more confused. So the upcoming streams will be way more confusing. No, I think I wanted to have the small, yes, the die course. They're almost like a fifth above. Sounds like a fifth above. However, there's a little bit of stuff going on here, which is also a little bit confusing. So let's load another one. Another fab filter. Oh, I'm not really sure if I used the right keys. Yes. And I still think the little trailer gem sounds a little bit too dry. And this is really cool. I got something new actually. I actually wanted to have the big version, but so far it was currently out of my budget. So I went for the small version of the Seventh Heaven reverb. And I'd honestly have to say, I really love this thing. I mean, right from the start, because I find the hardest to use a reverb on is percussions. I mean, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's really hard to have a decent reverb going on for percussions. But when you put this thing up, I hope it works right now. It sounds really, really cool. adds a lot of room. It's funny. It really adds some room, even if you don't hear it really that well. I think, yes, it has the Boston Hall. I clearly remember this. I accidentally opened this up, the little window to my... Yes, it really happened on accident. But if you're curious, just if you're curious and you know this is one of my libraries, the trailer djembe. It's like really a little instrument. It's just 2 keys. And it's just my little... I'm not really sure where it's living. I think somewhere in the hallway. It's just 2 keys, and I just sampled it because I really liked it. It adds some high energy to it. Maybe just get rid of this. It adds a little bit of energy, high energy, and it's just a little... I don't know what a real djembe? I don't really sure. It should probably be around the 30 to 50 bucks, maybe cheaper. But it's really, I can really recommend having a djembe because it just adds so much to your track. Just when it comes to high energy. I remember some old audio library back to the days when they were still, I think, Tonehammer. And there was like a little library and there was a gumball. It was like a little gumball, and they sampled it when they smashed it against the wall. And it sounded so awesome. I always used it, but I think I can't find it anymore. I don't remember the library. Sorry, yeah, the Boston Hall. And this is actually the Boston Hall right now. And I really like, let's just Boston Hall B. So it's Boston Hall B. And I really like the Sanders Hall when you put it on, like full orchestra. I actually want to do this with the strings. So, but whenever instrument I tried it on and I used it, it sounded really cool. And I think this is going to be my new to-go reverb. Yeah, let's hear this. Why not? Let's just hear what you're probably talking of reverberance. Reverberance. So this is the flag shift. Not reverence, you probably mean. Oh, please don't crash. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's not, the reverb, the plugin itself. When it comes to impulse responses, it's always the impulse response. I mean, there is like a very fascinating, great sounding impulse response, which is called Todd AO. It was recorded at the Todd AO scoring stage. And this was recorded with an SSL console and put through different, preamps, and was really, really treated very nicely. And it sounds absolutely awesome. But it doesn't matter if you put it into Altiverb or reverence or the free. There's actually a Liquid Sonics. They have something like a reverberate or something, reverberate 2, something you can put it into. And so yeah, it always depends on the... So what is the convolution, the great convolution implemented into Cubase? What do you mean? Or which one? LA Studio? It's just, I don't like this. That's why, I mean, Steinberg really put a lot of effort into, making the GUI really cool, especially on all the newer stuff. But I still have some problem. I don't feel like, you know, it's like when you feel home. So, but just let me know what what impulse response you mean. Then we can just test it and load it. Okay, so we have to do a little bit. Okay, so let's work on this effect section. So what are we doing here? Okay, so one thing I know for sure is that we have to use the Berlin Strings playable glissandi. They are so cool. Here you are. I like it. So when you have this part. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Is like question and answer, like doing. There is something happening actually. I don't want to listen to it right now because I don't want to get a claim or a suit by whatever company. But there is actually something in the original Burly Brawl. It's like something with a choir going on, and there's also something going on like. So we just copy that. We just doing something like this. So maybe just no, it's more connected. Something like this. So you can really build some cool. You can't get these glissandi anywhere else. I never heard something where you. Okay, so this. That's it. Okay. Okay, so in the first one we put a little. Okay, we just load some. What do we load? What do we load? Maybe we can do this with a. Do I? Some fill. Would be so awesome to have a latency-free setup. And let's add this one. Great timing today, Mr. Pfeffer. No, this doesn't look healthy. Okay. And we add some more, not just... So I also want to use another horn cluster. What do we use here from the dynamic chaos? We already used one, but so we have to have another. I think I loaded this one with just one bar. Let's do something like this. Okay. And why not? Let's use some choir. Just some simple. Let's try this. The strings already. Okay, let's do something like this. Yeah, nice try without click. Copy that. I don't understand the hiccup. Okay, let's just copy that. Yep. Just quickly answering to the impulse responses, diving in space. There is actually a really great set. A good friend of mine, Peter Emmanuel Rose, who sampled the Bricasti, the M7, and I'm not really sure. He has a website, Simplicity, but I'm not really sure what is going on because I'm not really sure because the website was down. I'm not really sure if they took it down, if it wasn't allowed to to distribute them, if he sold them. So I don't really know what's going on, but if you can find, or if you can contact Peter and ask him about Simplicity impulse responses, they are really great, and so maybe you can use these. Yeah, this comes to my mind. But yeah, real spaces. I mean, impulse responses are real spaces. So these are impulse responses are actually being recorded when you have like an impulse pistol and you stand in the room and you record this. It's like so you can hear some stuff going on here. So so it's, you capture the room information with that pistol. You can use it with different things. Maybe you can also use I think the Altiverb guys use a sine wave, like a dropping down. I think I've seen some video a long time ago. I'm not really sure if this process is still up to date, but they use like a downward sine wave, something like this, to capture all the information of the room, and then you have to extract basically the sine wave from the rest of the information and keep that as room information, and that's how you create all these impulse responses. So I hope I explained this right. Yeah, I believe that you have a lot of. I just wanted to point out that if you have impulse responses from something, it's most of the time. Yes, of course. I mean, Bricasti is a hardware device. I know what you mean. If you are interested in real rooms, I'm really not sure. There are some, websites out there. I actually forgot the name by the company, but I mean, it's a lot of work to record these. So I doubt that someone is having some high class orchestral halls or rooms or studios just making these available for free. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I mean, the first point, of course, it's very expensive. Reverb is the first address would be Altiverb for real stuff. So the choir seems a little bit lost. I quickly want to put some. It's also a little bit dull. So we have the choirs here. No color palette. Some more compressor on the. let's load some more Seventh Heaven. Oh, it's probably the biggest hall, the Sandor's hall. Let's make it like 3 seconds. Yes, definitely have to check out the Steinberg halls they recorded. But yeah, as I said, I mean, I'm pretty happy with. In the end, I don't care actually if it's a real room or not. I mean, me personally, I'm pretty happy with that Seventh Heaven thing, and I also really like Valhalla, the normal hall one. I really like the Albert Hall of the Den. There's like a folder called Den, and yes, but when you put on that, the problem is what I have with impulse responses is that sometimes you have specific room information, of course, going on, and if there's like a little bump, this was probably also a problem for me with the Todd AO stage. And of course, you could EQ this, but it kind of adds up in a funny way when you have lots of instruments going through one impulse response, because it always, feels like, or when you use several instances of the Todd AO scoring stage, there was always a little bit of a bump going on at around 200 or 300 hertz. So it was piling up, and this is generally a problem I feel when using impulse responses. So that's why I moved to algorithmic reverbs or some. I mean, the Bricaste is obviously a hardware device, so the impulse responses are, of course, algorithmic. But it feels more, I don't know, just better to use. I think I get more depth on the instruments when I layer that stuff instead of just taking too much care of the room itself, because I feel I can get more depth when I, for instance, layer 2 or 3, libraries, put them together, because you get all these room informations of the different reverb of the different sample libraries. So let me just. Yeah, another thing, I'm not using Sense. So from a technical point of view, no one so far has been able to explain because it doesn't make sense, or there's no difference if you have 100% wet reverb instance on a Send effects track, and then you put it to like 20% or 15%, whatever, to that appropriate instrument. So of course, the advantage is that you can use one reverb for all kinds of instruments. But the disadvantage is that when you have to render your track, you always have to use some complicated rerouting, or, again, like putting several channels to solo and render these either in real time. I mean, if you have like external, but probably just, I mean, in the end, you have to have several tracks soloed, and then you have to manually set these up. When I have these, so what I'm having here in my setup is that I have here all the instruments. It's pretty small right now because I have it on my other monitor, and all the instruments are going into these group tracks. So they are all group tracks, and I got these. I will change a little bit of these. I still have the RC48, but I will just fool around with the Liquid Sonics reverb a little bit more. So I put my effects, my reverb instances on these buses. And if there's somebody, who wants stems, like mixed stems or production stems, I got everything baked in there. I don't need to split up all these different instruments and the specific reverb send and everything, and then kind of mix them together, or just take care that I just have my string stem and then the send stem, and then let them run and record. So it's very confusing to me, at least when you have to deliver everything baked in to a customer. And since I'm mostly write either games music or production license music, it doesn't make sense to use sends, because it's just the hassle is too much. So I hope that makes sense. Actually, let's use a little slide. And what I also want to use is some of the Red Room Audio palette, and they're not the strings runs, but the woodwind runs. I know they're not really that much woodwinds going on in trailer music, but I think it's fair to use some of these. So we have to set up C minor. Two octaves from oh no, that's the so let's use this one. You mean not the woodwind runs? It's Red Room Audio. I mean, you definitely have to check out. I actually, and please remind me, I have to do the giveaway results. I probably have to do that now, because we're already 2 hours into composing. So speaking of that, this is maybe a nice transition to go over to that, because I recently run a giveaway where I was giving, in Red Room Audio, of course, giving away 2 of their libraries. One is called Saga, and the other one is the Q Builder Cinematic Rhythms. So this is probably the template. No, it's in here. Yes, so this is, I can just quickly, if you're interested, but we have to do this anyway because I announced it in my stream. So we maybe stop composing, stop writing music here. Just do this right now. So just quickly, Saga, this is Saga. This is what we will give away today. I mean, reveal who will win it. It's basically like an acoustic trailer, as it says, acoustic trailer percussion. Very nice instruments. I don't want to do the feature. I always say I also have a video available, an older video where I spent like 2 hours going through all the instruments. And the other one is the let's load this one, the Q Builders Cinematic Rhythms. So I also feature this library in my walkthrough, and so I just want to. So to answer your question again, the developer is Red Room Audio. You have to check out their libraries; they're really cool stuff. So I just pull up my other screen here for a second, and maybe let's go over to the chat screen here. So I'm working on it. I'm still working on it. I promised this to you. I'm still working on it. And so right now, to let you know, guys, the first prize we said that the first winner, or the main winner will win both libraries. So Saga and the cinematic rhythms. There will also be a second prize, which is Saga only, the library, and the third prize will be Q Builders. So we decided on this because the price for Saga, I think, is slightly a little bit higher. It's 129, 149. We can quickly go to the Red Room Audio website and just check quickly again. So you have Saga, which is probably 149, right? And Q Builder is 99. So actually just the instrument I was using right now, the runs and arps, it's 199, but it's totally worth it because you get like a variety of woodwinds and string runs. And I mean, these are always the hardest thing to do or to play. So just to clarify this. And I also added a few of my stuff. So the fourth prize will be my tonal bundle, which is consisting of 3 libraries. This is the tonal runs, tonal risers, tonal downers, and tonal hits. Also very useful when you do trailer music, production music, and you quickly need some, like downers, risers, and some tonal hits, which are not really like Brahms or aggressive hits, but more like, let's say, transitions, like fading out big layers. You can call it like this. I probably should have come up with something better. But anyway, and the fifth prize is my Passionate Bansuri, which is a library of around 100. I think we recorded 100 Bansuri phrases played by an original Indian player from India. So it's really produced in India, which makes it even more special. So now we clarified this. Also, I was using my an older, or I was using UpViral for doing these giveaways. But to be honest, I recently signed up with Wiper because I feel, so the first thing, there is some really great stuff going on when it comes to fraud protection, because a lot of people still try, to sign up with their docs and cats' email addresses, and like using, like, I had this story of one guy signing up with like 40 fake email addresses, so he instantly bumped to like the first place within like a few seconds, and you were looking like this, and it's like, what the fuck is going on here? And it was obvious, like all lamps were glowing, all red alarm lamps. So this guy was instantly out of this contest. So the new system will also be able to pick random people from all the people who participated in that contest. So if like whatever 3, 4, 500 people have been signed up to this, everyone will be included, but it will be more likely that someone with a higher point count will make the race. But it's not really like that the highest person. Let's see it like 100% wheel, and the person with the most points gets like a bigger piece of cake on the wheel of fortune. So this old system doesn't have it, but what I initially said that I wanted to have like the 10, the top 10 people. So I extended it a little bit and said I will pick the winner from the top 25 people, because 25 at the very end, the 25th person was able to collect 166 points. And this you can easily get by, just liking all our sites and follow me on Discord, signing up to my Discord channel, and signing up to Twitch. So this was easily manageable without, having a lot of people signing up or knowing a lot of people where you can, collect a lot of points. So let's do this like this. I also had the idea that I will just load the random numbers generator from Google, because this is one thing you can really prove that everything is going all right now. Obviously can't show you the list over here, but I have my list here. You probably see it in the edge of the screen. And I just have this here, and then I will just count and pick the winner. So let's go on, and I just have to have a little list here and writing the winner down. So let's do this right now. Come on. Little Google Deep got stuck. This is funny. So hopefully not. Okay, I will just... whatever. Okay, now it works. No, it doesn't. Oh, I'm not doing anything. Oh no, it just crashed. My browser crashed. This is too funny. This one too? No, now it works. Okay. That's live. So, winner, Red Room Audio. Okay, so let's get this going. Let's just generate this for the first person. It's number 18 is the winner of the first prize. So let me just count this down. I could do it from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the winner is Ed Savage. I'm not saying anything more with a email address or anything, but I have to say the name. So I have to write this down here. Congratulations. If you can see this, you've won both Red Room audio libraries, Saga and QBuilder Cinematic Rhythms. So now I pick the second winner. Well, but let me just quickly give you a link, because you may have heard that Eduardo Tarilonte released his new library. It's called Nada. And I'm also doing a giveaway, which is still like 2 days. I think it will end like 2 days from now. So if you want, you can sign up on this one. It's still open, so I can just throw you a link right now, just in case if you didn't. So let me just copy that here, so you just can sign up for the Nada giveaway. Okay, so let's go on here and pick the second prize. Number 5. Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Peter Wollesen. Congratulations for Saga. So I'm just putting that. Why did I close my little winning list here? So, oh, it loads again. What is going on, Google Keep? You're also always reliable, but for some reason, I don't know. Okay. Oh, it works again. Come on. No. Okay. have to be careful that I'm not closing that window. Now we pick number 3. QBuilder Cinematic Rhythms, number 19. Okay. What was the first number? 18? So I just have to go one step further from Bram. If you're watching right now, I think you watch right now, right? So you got the QBuilder Cinematic Rhythms. I would love to have like a button for a Bram, but it's like just trying to be funny again. So congratulations. This is a really awesome library. You will love it. There is so much stuff going on. It looks really like there isn't when you just see, just real quickly, when you see that window here, and you probably, I think you remember, I remember that you watched, that you were here on the walkthrough, the exploring video of this library. And this is just, I mean, this is just one patch, and this is all different rhythms. And you can even split them up, and this is so much, you have like 2-3 octaves. So this is like 36 loops, and then you have all these programs. So all in all, it's as I said before, like approximately like 20,000 samples recorded, 19 something. Okay, so we have number 4, which would be the tonal bundle. Let's generate this one. Number 7. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Nadia, you know who you are. I'm not really sure if you're here. I know who you are. Congratulations. I will just put your name to the list. And then let's pick number 5. 22. So if this is 25, 24, 23, 22. Christian Walker, congratulations for the Passionate Banzuri. Okay, so that's it. I just wrote down all the winners. Congratulations to everyone. Also, the NADA giveaway will end at the end, midnight, on the end of the 6th of February. 6th. And yeah, I can already say that much, that I have a new giveaway coming along. I'm not really sure if I can already present this on Wednesday or next week. I will definitely let you know. And that there is something else coming along. Hopefully. It looks very, very good. So fingers crossed. And this will be some big thing. So yes, stay tuned. Okay, so I hope the new system will be a little bit, not fair, not more fair, but a little bit better to use. It also looks a little bit more, fancy signing up, and the internal use. All the links are a little bit more clear what it does. So if you still want to push, get some points in the very top, I can probably go up to that window again once more and just show this to you, just in case if you didn't see that. So if you're still up, going to get some points done, there is this little small window above here. So I'm just showing you the little, I just have to make sure that there's nothing on here. No, it's just like so let's switch back to that window here. So you can see that there's refer others, that there's this little window up here where you can even invite people with WhatsApp or Telegram or Pinterest or whatever. So every time somebody signs up through your link, you will get 100 points. And I also, if you didn't see that, you can hit that little comment and thumbs up this video. This will lead to the NADA video, which I did last week. I also announced in that video that you can simply... There was a funny train right now racing past the subway station, which is behind my house. sound a little bit funny right now. Very strange to that time. So anyway, let me just switch back to chatting. Yes, yeah, thanks for watching. And if you have to go to bed, you have to go to bed. I have to finish this whole thing right now too, because I am changing my rhythm currently a little bit and try to get up a little bit earlier. Yeah, but I will. I'm as I said before, I will announce when I will be here. It could happen that I'm here on Wednesday, and we have some new thing coming up, and then another one. And of course, if we don't have a giveaway, I hope you'll also be here. And we probably have to finish. I think on the next lesson we have to on the next video, not lesson. We will finish that thing. We could also have a little bit of a chat going on for talking about the audio industry a little bit. No music, just chatting. And I just try to provide you guys a little bit with some, helpful information about the audio industry, and that I'm getting a little bit more into that entire how to use the social networking stuff right, and not just, hey, check out my new track. Why doesn't buy anyone my new album? Shit, I'm going broke. I'm going to change my job again. So there are more options. And yeah, just in case if you didn't catch a full video, it will be available probably most likely tomorrow on YouTube. And what else can we do? We can also set up a new session soon where I just, try to come up with some, constructive criticism on your music. If you just send me your music, or we just do it in the Discord, that I just review the tracks which have been or randomly picking some tracks, and just listening through them and just trying to come up with some helpful tips. And probably it would be the best if you sent me some tracks, because I don't want to get any claims on the videos. So however we do it, we have a lot of stuff to cover. We can do a lot of stuff. And yeah, no worries. Okay. Yeah, good luck. And so I would just make this quick. I would say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and it was really great that you guys are all here and participating in the chat. That makes it really a lot of fun to do this with you guys. And I will keep you posted when I will be here again. Okay, so have a good night, have a great day, take care, and see you soon.